All right, Russell, it's time to get our shit together. Stop putting this off. Now, I know you're thinking about it, but you're not getting any work done, and I'm getting exhausted. I need to do this. I need to stand up as an artist. I need to stand up. You're going to smoke more pot, roll around images in your head, come up with something creative, wish someone could see it, and fall asleep. I need you to stop being such a pussy and get some work done. I kinda like the idea of getting a space in a gallery, setting up some television sets and an arrangement with you in the middle reading poetry. The TVs will show different visuals. You could shoot it that way, or have a party and do it. Or fuck it. Take visuals at a party too and make it one big picture. Or maybe you should do the suicide one, where you set up the camera in front of you. Introduce yourself. Tell the world you're a loser who dreams all day of being an artist. You could read your more depressing poems. We can throw a sack over the old train bridge and call it the suicide. But fuck, Russell. When are we going to do this? What are you so scared of? You did 2 movies in a row 10 years ago. And now the digital world is out there. That's a poor man's director's dream. You paranoid fuck. Do you really think someone is keeping you from doing this? When you start working, noises begin tormenting you. Why you? Ah, the great secrets of the mind. The exhausting right-wing Bush years. 8 years of it. You don't think like us, you're the enemy. Oh, the corruption and letting the powers that be get away with horrific crimes and draining the people's pockets. Is that why the camera's not on the tripod? They know you're not working without a camera. I'm just kidding. I know things go much deeper than that. I just wanted to talk about how disgusted I was during that time. Right-wing politics are the most dangerous politics. Why is it that those who talk about small government use the government to violate civil rights and try to control human behavior, use fear and power to get their way, and the money crimes don't count unless you're poor? Capitalism means money is the most valuable resource, and the rich protect the rich. The middle class sides with them while they're being screwed. All right already. We're getting off base. Go ahead and make your statement so we can get past this. I stand up for the middle class because I believe it forms great human character. All right, here it goes. My name is Russell Phillips, and welcome to the Art Project. A few years ago, I started going down to this coffee house on the other side of the island. Not the best of neighborhoods, but it had a lot of character. Old, beautiful buildings and houses. Across the street, a restaurant opened up. It had exceptional food. It was the type of restaurant you would find in Soho. It had a simple, sophisticated cultural feeling. I would eat there and then go to the bar across the street, have a few vodka and cranberries to get my guts. Walk over to the coffee house, get a coffee, and wait to read. It was a nice experience. Got me to write a new poem once a week. Got me to talk to college professors, being I missed out on the college experience. And it also got me out of the house at least once a week. I'm getting to the end of my road, and I need to start creating outside my living room. So I'm going to get my feet wet with this project. This is the Art Project.
Hello, Russell. We like to contact you in your dreams, because deep down you feel that you live other lives in your dreams. Well, Russell, let's see what we know about you. You dropped out of high school due to a homosexual rumor, and you have an incredible depth that is very important to us. We know you have a very strong love for your country, In fact, we even have you quoted as saying that the United States Constitution could hold its own against any great piece of literature. You have a romantic perspective of our forefathers. And what scares us is that you also have a romantic perspective of another revolutionary, Karl Marx. So much so that you get through your workday every day as a romanticized Marxist. But he wasn't quite as sensitive as you would have liked him to be. Our friend Russell has a special affection for sensitive men. It's not the different classes that bothers you so much. I think it's the corruption. You can't stand corruption. With you, it's got to be up there with brutality as one of your biggest enemies. But now, down to business. It was the depth we wanted, to use it as a resource. We patiently tried to persuade you through the years to see things our way, but you were too dedicated to your art. It was a matter of brainwashing or discrediting you by driving you crazy. The real irony is what you're most paranoid of, being true. You couldn't be brainwashed, so we had to torment you with noise and by moving things around you. We can't apologize for finding a way to control you and having you question your sanity. It's just the time ticking and the joke of your life ticking away. Will you get the art project done? Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Time and space, and I bumped into a wall. An entity described as human, the bounds of natural pressure, going too high in the air or too deep in the ocean. Birth of a new life, need for care, afraid of abandonment, and the dark. Surrounding fears you absorb, the values, truth, lies, propaganda, lessons, and so forth. Laws of nature continue with obscene harmony. To be or not to be, E equals MC square. A poem or an atom, love a divine force. Decency lies in the battle of man's nature, and inspiration fuels the human heart. An individual trapped by conformity, conventionalism, or basic peer pressure. Your own consciousness somehow finds your place. The fear of judgment. The journey in a civilized world does carry a profound slogan. Even the less physical can be successful in the animal world. Nature's calling, beyond the destruction, an eloquent design. Rivers, canyons, colors, trees, mountains, and man's architecture, the design of his buildings and bridges, his creativeness to enhance beauty, and the calling to art. But passing through the customs, laws, and forms of government place challenge on being. Computers and corporations, the new nationalism, my dreams, my privacy, my place to rest my head, my pursuit or quest, my existence beyond physical, human endurance, social history, evolutionary to bring out the best in man, but still a being in the big picture, part of an energy, flowing matter, air, time, and space. Searching, searching. The eternal question has no answer. The majority that don't ponder the question answer it every day. Live. A disappointment to thought. But isn't life a disappointment to thought? Why the creation of art? To make beautiful? A grand or a lofty plateau that can dignify the lost voice? The damned with radical sensitivity? The great paradox that leads to life's answers, discovering humanity, respecting the freedom of human rights. When art and evolution share a time, a never-ending time, just may be the primary definition of the human call, or the eternal question. The beauty of art is that it can make the underworld as respectable as the everyday world, holding a divine truth that it will offend the crimes of both worlds. Thank you. She's the end or beginning of a dream. I'm not sure. a memory from another time, place, and world, when I was a regular guy. She's my belief in happiness, my hope, my connection to a saner life. Her name I screamed many times in the dark. Her comfort I craved. Her memory and the love I felt for her reminded me I was a decent man. Only a decent man could have feelings this beautiful. Her vision remains with me day after day, although I do forget what she looks like sometimes. She is the inspiration of a lost man. Thank you. This poem was actually an assignment we had to do at the poetry club that I used to go to. The only assignment I ever really did. Okay. A look into behind, searching through shadows and the senses. The smell of Grandma's basement hit me with a conscious feeling, recapturing a moment of time, remembering an eternal moment when ego was an emotion and the heart ran selfish. Reminiscing with flashbacks, attention on me, all the love in the world ideally revolved around me. Fear danced around what was different like an obscene masquerade. The child feared as he saw the offensive woman taking care of the sick man, and felt an embarrassed excitement when he heard her curse. But at whole, the fascist child was disgusted by what was improper or respectable in dirty people. How can he consider himself to be a man with such a wimpy body? Shallow horror that poisons a child's mind, watching the scary world through a car window, absorbing life and growing emotions with the warm-hearted 70s music, and growing insights through television. Thank you. This poem actually was based on a true story. In the morning, I had to fix the refrigerator of a Mexican man who worked at for a landlord who worked at an expensive restaurant. And on the way home, I saw a situation, and I wound up putting together a poem from two different people. And as soon as I got home, I wrote it, and this is what I came up with. On my way home from work, exhausted from laboring in the heat, I saw Jose with his family up the road a bit. Jose is a Mexican immigrant I passed many times. Always smiles when he waves to you. He's a nice, quiet man who works as a dishwasher for a fancy restaurant. As I stopped at the light, I turned to my right to wave. His wife walked in front, carrying a cheap see-through plastic bag with tin-foiled wrapped sandwiches, drinks, and snacks. Jose's son was wearing a baseball uniform and had his glove on. Jose had his arm on his son's shoulders, grinning with a proud face. I suddenly had a quick flashback to when I played Little League, and a voice from the back of my head said, "They're the people that don't count." I felt a sharp pain in my chest, and I began to cry uncontrollably. I couldn't stop thinking how hard Jose works every day, and the small apartment he lives in, and how proud he was feeling watching his son play baseball with his wife, and how touched I felt by him. Yes, Jose, you count. That's what my insides tell me. Reality steps in from every outside space, creating a surreal odyssey, the outside realm between fantasy and reality, a deeper concept, consciousness and subconsciousness, the middle spaces, the discovery of the unknown, to be or not to be. Can a man be conscious of his own insanity? That is the question. To go where man is too ashamed to go, to deny you could ever feel that way. Lost, found, lost spaces, found memories. The denial of the lost land. Reality of values, customs, laws to hold human behavior in check. What happens when darkness creeps in? What happens when darkness sheds light? The call of the absurd, the imagination, dreams, conceptual mysteries, romanticism, shaded emotions from hurt, a picture in time, a never-ending search for space, time, reason, existence, balance, blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Vulnerable. The critic must be vulnerable. All right. Desperateness. How ugly I feel inside. The unanswered call. Ignored respectfully or respectfully ignored. No place to stand. Uncomfortable to pursue. Lost in a nightmare. Searching for response. Vulnerably exposed. To hide your hidden voids. After passing time, loneliness still haunts. Romanticized fool. Walking eggshells through a guilt-ridden promised land. Riding dreams to escape. I crave solitude, but definitely want to love. A sweetheart, a sensitive touch of comfort. A moonlight walk on the beach where I am melted by your smile. Feel the warmness of your eyes. Please, I hope my eyes are not offensive. I hope they are showing warm. I've been lost for so long. This moment is so beautiful to me. It's guilt that melts the dream as I feel the crack of the belt that the dominatrix is whipping me with. She's wearing black leather shorts that lace in the front, long boots that pass her kneecaps, black bra and a motorcycle hat. She's a Spanish vampire with dark piercing eyes and a tough smile. For the soul to remain, it needs a bit of pain. To surrender an adaptation of consciousness. Love hurts. Inspiration paints a road colored by imagination. To continue discovering yourself, may you stumble upon art in your life. And to think beautiful. Fulfill yourself and gasp at life. The critic must be vulnerable. A toast to chaos. The revolution isn't a sensitive perception, understanding is its voice. Wouldn't it be such a shocker to all the men of judgment if they were to find out that the hero of our time is nothing more than a helpless sissy? If that comment was taken seriously, it would tear apart judgment as we know it. Thank you, and satire in your face. The basic fundamental between simplistic and complex, the thin paradoxical line, a compelling visual that touches emotions, the consciousness between two extremes. Is he a genius or insane? Oh, how snobbish, but a matter of taste. Artistically, of course. Realization creeps in just after that last feeling of shame. Or maybe that was insight kicking you in the head. If there was a moral that really invaded me, it would be that I could never demean no one to feel worse than me. I feel an awkward exposure around people when I'm alone. I'm very sincere with myself. I don't find that sincerity around me. I feel evil in an ugly way, but my heart is too true to believe it. There's cause to toast, to the absurd, to a parade of drag queens that captures social freedom, a breathtaking scream at conformity and shallowness, to chaos in all its divinity. And yes, I couldn't help but masturbate when I saw Exika dance. Here's to more wine in my glass and to 2 expensive escorts, to a little snow and a little roll, to me going off the deep end when I have a pen in my hand, and to me going off the deep end without a pen in my hand, to great food. And what was the man's name who said hooray for the poor for putting their stomachs before their souls? Or something like that. Let's not bore ourselves with equations, just know there's always a middle in the social world. I've mastered the great imposter of the middle. In real life, I'm good-hearted, honest, pathetic, desperate, and vulnerable human being. But I'm a romantic. I find beauty in the grotesque. I believe suffering fuels your heart for the journey of finding your soul. I believe in the human heart. I believe in love. I believe in art. I stand for the rights of art with every part of my being. I declare my freedom as an artist and make satire of your judgments. I want to create art that's timeless, where sensitivity and understanding triumph the human call, to give beauty and tear apart brutality, touch the emotions of my society, and hope that truth is always fair. May mercy carry the slogan for humanity, and may we get the best out of each other that we can.
Oh, no, you don't! We live in a capitalist society.
Why do we always punish the moral crimes and not the money crimes?
Embezzle $1 million and what do you get? All you get is a slap on the wrist.
History has shown us that the biggest capital crime is the man who steals a loaf of bread.
I, Satan, sat alone and drunk in his room as usual, when I had a vision of divine beauty. I saw the drag queens marching down my street. They came to announce social freedom. I'm drinking absinthe. I'm romanticizing the world of the poets and artists. The artist's dark life holds inspiration in the human heart. How ugly's paradox discovers beauty. My hero Don Quixote dreamed the impossible dream. My hero John Merrick was a heart full of soul. Capture beauty, I scream. Beauty is the divinity. Beauty is the ultimate sin. The inner yearning to the sight of a sunset, to a vision of elegance and a dance so divine. A matter of spending time with me and loving me. Thank you. Character study over the last few years of my life, may I present the three influential characters. The evolutionary anarchist, the living room revolutionary, and the Sissy Mary. In essence, liberalism seems to be the heart of a society, or the closest thing to it. The poet and the prostitute dance so divine under an old streetlight, but in reality, they were either mugged or arrested. How dare you? How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? If you keep fucking with me, I'm gonna tear everything apart. Keep fucking with me, and I'll make satire out of everything. You know, I pride myself on being an offensive son of a bitch at times. You're supposed to be the good guys. You're supposed to be the good guys. I'm supposed to be the bad guy. Why am I the bad guy? Why do I feel so much guilt? Why do I feel so much guilt in my life? I don't bother anybody or hurt anybody. I don't violate anyone's space. But you violate my space Don't think I don't notice your noises or that you move things around. Don't think I don't realize my teapot is in different spots all the time. How long is this going to go on? I mean, how much longer is this going to be? I honestly can't take it anymore. I go to work every day. I'm surrounded by people that it's difficult for me to relate to. Reality. I come home to relax and dream and create. And I have to deal with your bullshit. Your fucking noises. Your buzzes. Your noises. I can't take it any longer. When do I get to relax? When do I get to relax? With your obscene eyes staring at me. To be, my name is on fire. How come I can't find that poem? To be, my name is on fire. Detective Shane. I know I wrote that poem. How come I can't find it? To be, my name is on fire. Your obscene eyes staring at my crippled legs. My legs. Is it the dreamer? Is it the dreamer? I'm the dreamer. They want to silence the dreamer. I am an artist. I am a free man. I am an artist. I am a free man. I am an artist. I am a free man. I am an artist. I am a free man. I am an artist. I am a free man. I am an artist. I am a free man. I am an artist. I am a free man. I would like to thank all the artists out there who have inspired me and kept me going.
There she is. Hurt me.